Welcome to Gunners Central. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss any Arsenal updates. Mikel Arteta is expected to make as many as 7 changes to his Arsenal side when they face Brighton and Hove Albion in a crucial Premier League clash at the Emirates Stadium, a match that could once again shape the title race as the Gunners look to protect their slender advantage at the summit of the table. Arsenal currently sit top of the Premier League with a 2-point cushion over reigning champions Manchester City, while Aston Villa are also lurking just 3 points behind, meaning there is absolutely no margin for complacency as the season enters a demanding festive period. The visit of Brighton is particularly significant given Arsenal's struggles against the Seagulls last season when they were held to 2 frustrating 1-1 draws in the league, results that ultimately contributed to their failure to keep pace in the title race. Although Arsenal did manage to beat Brighton 2-0 earlier this season in the Carabao Cup, that scoreline was somewhat flattering, as Brighton created several clear chances before the Gunners eventually took control of the tie. Arteta will therefore be fully aware that Brighton remain one of the most tactically intelligent and well-drilled sides in the league, capable of punishing even the smallest lapses in concentration. Following Arsenal's midweek Carabao Cup quarter-final victory over Crystal Palace, which required penalties to secure progression, Arteta is likely to freshen up his lineup significantly, reverting to his strongest Premier League 13th in an attempt to maintain momentum and control. One of the most straightforward changes is expected to come in goal, where David Raya is set to return after being rested in the Cup. Raya has been a near ever-present in Arsenal's League and Champions League campaigns this season and has justified his £27 million price tag with a series of commanding performances, currently leading the Golden Glove race with 9 clean sheets. His distribution, composure under pressure, and ability to control the defensive line make him an automatic choice for league fixtures, and he is almost guaranteed to replace keeper Arrizabalaga between the posts. In defence, Arteta may be forced into continuity rather than rotation due to ongoing injury concerns, particularly surrounding Piero Hincapié, who is nursing a shoulder issue picked up against Everton. With Hincapié a major doubt, the manager may once again rely on the partnership that featured in midweek, with Riccardo Calafiori operating alongside William Saliba. Saliba has been one of Arsenal's most consistent performers this season, offering calmness, authority, and elite positional awareness, while Calafiori's versatility and aggression have helped steady the backline during a period plagued by fitness problems. The absence of Ben White, who remains sidelined with a hamstring injury, continues to limit Arteta's options at right-back, placing additional responsibility on the remaining defenders to maintain structural balance. In midfield, several key figures are expected to return after being rested or rotated in cup competition. Martin Zubimendi, the club's preferred holding midfielder, is likely to reclaim his place at the base of midfield after Christian Norgard was given an opportunity against Palace. Although Arteta publicly praised Norgard's performance, acknowledging that he did very well, the Dane has only played limited minutes in the Premier League this season and is unlikely to displace Zubimendi for a game of this magnitude. Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard are also expected to return to the starting lineup, with both players considered essential to Arsenal's control and creativity in central areas. Rice's athleticism, ball recovery and leadership have been pivotal in big matches, while Odegaard continues to serve as the team's creative heartbeat, dictating tempo and unlocking compact defences with his vision and technical quality. Their likely inclusion means that Mikel Merino and Eberechi Eze, who both started in midweek but failed to make a decisive impact, may drop to the bench as Arteta prioritises stability and familiarity. In attack, further changes are anticipated as Bukayo Saka returns to the starting 11 after being rested in the Carabao Cup. Noni Madueke showed flashes of promise against Crystal Palace, but ultimately squandered 2 clear chances, reinforcing the sense that he remains a rotational option rather than a guaranteed starter. Saka's return on the right wing provides Arsenal with a proven match winner whose intelligence, work rate and end product are vital against a disciplined Brighton side. On the opposite flank, Gabriel Martinelli's availability remains uncertain after he suffered a heavy knock to his knee in midweek. The Brazilian was outstanding before his injury, repeatedly tormenting his marker with direct running, winning multiple dribbles and delivering dangerous crosses into the box, but his visible discomfort after the interval suggests Arteta may opt for caution. If Martinelli is deemed unfit, Leandro Trossard is expected to start against his former club, a fixture that always carries extra motivation for the Belgian. Trossard has enjoyed an excellent season, contributing 11 goals and assists across competitions, and his intelligence in tight spaces could prove decisive against Brighton's compact defensive structure. Leading the line, Victor Gyokeres is set to continue as Arsenal's first-choice striker, having netted the winning penalty against Everton to end a brief goal drought. His physical presence, pressing ability, and confidence from the spot have added a different dimension to Arsenal's attack, even if his overall performances continue to attract scrutiny. Gabriel Jesus, who impressed in midweek with his sharp movement and link-up play following an 11-month injury layoff, is expected to begin on the bench, with Arteta carefully managing his minutes as he regains full match fitness. Gyokeres now has a significant opportunity to further cement his role by delivering in another high-pressure league fixture, especially with Arsenal's title ambitions hanging delicately in the balance. With Brighton arriving at the Emirates eager to disrupt Arsenal's rhythm and reclaim their reputation as a difficult opponent for the league's elite, Arteta's predicted changes reflect both necessity and strategy, balancing rotation with the urgent need for 3 points. As the Premier League enters a decisive phase, Arsenal's ability to navigate injuries, maintain consistency, and assert dominance at home will be crucial. And Saturday's clash represents yet another defining test of their credentials as genuine title contenders. After spending Christmas Day at the top of the Premier League table, Arsenal will be determined to protect their narrow lead when they welcome Brighton and Hove Albion to the Emirates Stadium, with Mikel Arteta once again forced to balance ambition with caution as injuries continue to shape his team selection and short-term planning. The Gunners edged past Everton 1-0 at Goodison Park in game week 17, thanks to a first-half Victor Gyokeres penalty, a result that allowed them to remain 2 points clear of Manchester City at the summit. But it was far from a comfortable afternoon and underlined just how fine the margins are at this stage of the title race. Arsenal have also had to rely on penalties to progress past Crystal Palace in the EFL Cup quarter-final, another physically demanding contest that brought further fitness concerns to the surface and reinforced the sense that squad depth will be tested heavily over the festive period and into the new year. As Arteta prepares his side for the visit of a Brighton team, sitting 9th in the table, and renowned for their tactical flexibility and high-intensity pressing, attention has inevitably turned to Arsenal's growing injury and suspension list, which could yet have a decisive influence on the outcome. One of the most pressing concerns is the availability of Piero who missed the cup clash after picking up a shoulder injury during the win over Everton, with the Ecuador international emerging as a major doubt for Saturday, despite initial optimism that the problem is short-term. Hincapi has become an important rotational option in Arteta's defensive system, thanks to his ability to operate both centrally and at left-back, and his absence would further stretch a back line that has already been disrupted throughout the campaign. Gabriel Martinelli is another key figure whose fitness is being closely monitored after the Brazilian winger was forced off with a knock during the cup win over Crystal Palace, having been one of Arsenal's brightest attacking outlets before limping out of the contest. While Martinelli's injury is not believed to be serious, his explosive pace and direct running are crucial weapons against a Brighton side that often leaves space in wide areas, and Arteta will be reluctant to risk him unless he is fully fit. Ben White remains sidelined with a hamstring injury sustained earlier in the month, halting a promising run of form just as the defender appeared to be regaining rhythm after previous fitness struggles, and his expected return date of mid-January means Arsenal will continue to rely heavily on alternative options at right-back and in central defence for several weeks yet. The absence of White has not only reduced Arteta's tactical flexibility, but has also placed extra physical demands on William Saliba, who has been asked to play significant minutes in multiple competitions. Further complicating matters is the situation surrounding Christian Mosquera, who is still recovering from an ankle injury picked up against Brentford, with the defender not expected to return until January, leaving Arsenal short of senior defensive depth during a congested run of fixtures. Gabriel Magalhaes, another cornerstone of Arsenal's backline, is edging closer to a comeback from a thigh problem, but is not expected to be risked against Brighton, as the club prioritises a full recovery ahead of a demanding sequence of matches that includes key clashes against fellow title contenders. In midfield and attack, there is more encouraging news, particularly regarding Kai Havertz, who has finally returned to full training after a lengthy 4-month absence due to a knee injury, offering Arteta a potential boost in terms of versatility and physical presence, even if his involvement this weekend is likely to be limited to a place on the bench at best. The German's ability to operate across the front line and in advanced midfield roles could prove invaluable in the second half of the season, especially as Arsenal look to manage workloads and avoid further injuries. Meanwhile, teenage prospect Max Daumann faces an extended spell on the sidelines after suffering an ankle injury during an under-21s fixture. A disappointing setback for the highly rated youngster, but one the club will handle cautiously, given his age and long-term development. Despite these concerns, Arsenal's medical staff remain confident that the majority of the current issues are manageable rather than structural, with the emphasis firmly on careful load management rather than rushing players back prematurely. Arteta has repeatedly stressed the importance of squad unity and adaptability, and his side's ability to grind out results despite missing several key contributors has been a defining feature of their title challenge so far. Brighton's visit will therefore serve as both a test of Arsenal's depth and a measure of their resilience, with the Gunners knowing that any slip-up could immediately be punished by Manchester City or Aston Villa in a tightly packed title race. While injuries have disrupted continuity, they have also provided opportunities for fringe players to step up, and Arteta will be hoping that collective discipline and tactical organisation can once again compensate for individual absences. As the season reaches its most demanding phase, Arsenal's injury situation remains fluid. But how effectively they navigate these challenges may ultimately determine whether their stay at the top of the Premier League table can be sustained deep into the campaign. Arsenal are reportedly involved in an intense 7-club battle to secure the signature of Atalanta full-back Marco Palestra, a 20-year-old talent currently on loan at Cagliari, as the Gunners prepare for the January transfer window and look to bolster squad depth amid a challenging first half of the season. The North London side, sitting at the top of the Premier League with a slender 2-point advantage over Manchester City, have experienced a series of injury problems across their defensive line, with key players such as Gabriel, William Saliba, Christian Mosquera, and Ben White spending significant time on the sidelines. These setbacks have prompted manager Mikel Arteta to explore potential reinforcements, particularly in positions where versatility and youth can provide long-term solutions. And Palestra has emerged as a prime target given his performances in Serie A and his ability to operate both as a fullback and a midfielder. The Argentine-born Italian defender has caught the attention of several European heavyweights, with scouts monitoring his development on a weekly basis, highlighting the growing competition for his signature. According to Court Offside, Arsenal are joined in the pursuit of Palestra by domestic rivals Chelsea, Manchester United and Liverpool, alongside continental powerhouses Atletico Madrid, Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Such interest underscores the level of potential the 20-year-old possesses, despite having started just 4 games for Atalanta's first team, reflecting both his versatility and the belief in his capacity to adapt to higher levels of competition. Palestra's loan at Cagliari has been a crucial period for his development, allowing him to gain regular first-team minutes and demonstrate his capability in a competitive environment. During his 15 appearances this season, he has contributed 3 assists, showcasing his attacking potential from the flanks and his ability to contribute to team build-up play. The flexibility he displays, being comfortable playing across multiple positions on the right side of the pitch and occasionally drifting into midfield, makes him an appealing prospect for Arsenal, who value players capable of performing in different tactical systems and providing depth across several areas of the squad. Atalanta, however, are unlikely to entertain a sale lightly. Sources close to the Serie A club suggest that the Rossoneri will demand a fee in the region of £30 to £35 million should a transfer move be considered, reflecting the club's philosophy of developing young talent and ensuring financial gains are maximised. This approach was evident last summer when Liverpool's reported interest failed to materialise into a concrete bid, indicating that Atalanta are keen to capitalise on Palestra's performances rather than offload him prematurely. For Arsenal, the potential acquisition of Palestra aligns with Arteta's broader strategy of blending experienced internationals with promising young talent, reinforcing the defensive options while also providing an adaptable player who can step into multiple roles depending on injuries, suspensions, or tactical rotations. The competition for Palestra is fierce, not only due to his current form but also because of the limited availability of young defenders with top-level European experience who can seamlessly adjust to the Premier League's physical and tactical demands. Chelsea and Manchester United are believed to be particularly keen, with both clubs having previously shown a pattern of signing young, versatile defenders who can be integrated into their squads immediately, while also having resale value. Across Europe, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are reportedly tracking Palestra as part of a wider scouting initiative aimed at replenishing their defensive ranks with dynamic, technically gifted players, while Bayern Munich's involvement signals their continued interest in acquiring young talent capable of evolving under the Bundesliga's competitive structure. For Arsenal, however, the potential signing is not just about immediate reinforcement. Arteta has often emphasised the importance of squad continuity, rotational depth, and future planning, particularly as the Gunners pursue a league title after narrowly missing out in recent campaigns. Adding a player like Palestra would provide cover for central and wide defensive positions, ensure competition within the squad, and allow Arteta to maintain his tactical flexibility without overburdening key starters. Additionally, the player's adaptability complements Arsenal's high-pressing style, as he has demonstrated an ability to contribute defensively in high-intensity situations, while also linking up play effectively in advanced positions. While the January transfer window is traditionally challenging, the fact that Palestra is on loan at Cagliari could facilitate negotiations, as the Italian club may be more open to a mid-season transfer if financial incentives meet their expectations. Arsenal's scouting team, reportedly monitoring him weekly, will likely continue to gather performance data, analysing his positioning, passing efficiency, defensive duels, and contribution to build-up phases, ensuring that any move made aligns with the club's broader tactical philosophy and investment strategy. Beyond the financial and technical aspects, Palestra's age and development trajectory are particularly appealing for a club like Arsenal, which has historically invested in young players capable of maturing into first-team regulars, while also providing long-term value both on the pitch and in the transfer market. The coming weeks will be critical in determining whether Arsenal can convert their interest into a concrete offer capable of outmanoeuvring the other 6 clubs reportedly vying for his services. With the January window approaching, Arteta and his recruitment team are expected to evaluate not only Palestra's current form, but also his potential adaptation to the Premier League, considering factors such as physical readiness, tactical understanding, and ability to integrate into a team competing for the top of the table. If Arsenal succeed in securing Palestra, it could represent a significant addition to their squad depth, offering both defensive security and attacking support from wide areas, reinforcing their title ambitions while also investing in a young player with considerable upside for the future. Let go in other team news. Welcome to Gunners Central. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss any Arsenal updates. Arsenal's long-term recruitment strategy under Mikel Arteta and sporting director Andrea Berta continues to focus heavily on identifying elite young talents across Europe, and one name that has increasingly emerged as a serious point of internal discussion is AC Milan defender Davide Bartesaghi, with respected Italian journalist Carlo Pellegatti raising fresh concerns that the Rossoneri could be tempted to cash in on the highly rated 19-year-old if English interest intensifies, particularly from Arsenal, who have been monitoring his development closely for several months now. A situation that reflects the Gunners' wider policy of targeting young, versatile defenders capable of growing into elite-level performers within Arteta's demanding tactical system. And Pellegatti's comments have added fuel to speculation by suggesting that Milan's hierarchy may struggle to resist the financial appeal of a Premier League offer if Arsenal decide to formalise their interest, especially given the significant capital gain involved, as Bartesaghi is a homegrown academy product whose sale would represent pure profit on Milan's balance sheet, something Italian clubs are often forced to consider in the modern financial landscape, even when dealing with players seen as part of their future. And Pellegatti's fear, as he described it, centres on the idea that English sirens could be too loud to ignore, with Arsenal named above all others as the club most closely tracking the defender. A claim that aligns with earlier reports from October when Pellegatti first revealed that Arsenal scouts had been dispatched to Italy to watch Bartesaghi in action during Milan's high-profile clash with Juventus, a match chosen specifically because it represented a genuine test of the teenager's composure, defensive intelligence, and ability to perform under pressure against elite opposition. qualities that Arsenal value enormously as they look to build a squad capable not only of winning the Premier League, but also competing consistently in the latter stages of the Champions League. And while Milan attempted to protect themselves from growing interest by tying Bartoszagi down to a new 5-year contract until 2030 back in May, that move now appears more like a positioning tactic to strengthen their negotiating stance rather than an absolute guarantee that the player will remain at the San Siro, particularly if Arsenal or another Premier League club arrives with a substantial offer that reflects both Bartoszagi's current level and his enormous future potential. Because despite his young age, Bartoszagi has already demonstrated maturity beyond his years, breaking into Milan's first-team setup and delivering moments that have inevitably drawn comparisons to club legend Paolo Maldini, a comparison that intensified earlier this month when Bartoszagi became the youngest defender since Maldini himself to score twice for Milan, achieving that milestone in an impressive 2-2 draw against Sassuolo, a performance that showcased not only his defensive solidity, but also his growing confidence and threat in advanced areas, an attribute that modern fullbacks are increasingly required to possess. And the parallels with Maldini extend beyond mere statistics, as both players began their careers primarily as left-backs before eventually transitioning into more central defensive roles. A pathway that many observers believe Bartoszagi is destined to follow, given his remarkable physical profile, standing at an imposing 6'5", a height that naturally lends itself to centre-back responsibilities as he continues to develop physically and tactically. Yet crucially, Bartoszagi has shown that he is comfortable operating in multiple positions across the back line, including left-back, left centre-back, and even in a back three, versatility that fits perfectly with Arteta's tactical demands at Arsenal, where defenders are expected to be technically secure, positionally intelligent, and capable of stepping into midfield or wide areas depending on the phase of play. And this is precisely why Arsenal's interest should be taken seriously rather than dismissed as speculative noise. Because the club's recruitment team has repeatedly shown that they are willing to invest heavily in defenders they believe can form the spine of the team for the next decade, as seen with the signings of William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Ben White, and Jurrien Timber, all of whom were identified not just for their current ability, but for their long-term ceiling. And Bartoszagi appears to fit that profile almost perfectly, especially at a time when Arsenal are facing ongoing injury concerns in defence, with Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, and other key figures having all spent time on the sidelines this season, exposing the need for greater depth and long-term succession planning. And while Bartoszagi would not necessarily arrive as an immediate guaranteed starter, his potential role as a rotational option who can be gradually integrated into the squad while learning under Arteta's guidance is an appealing proposition, particularly given Arsenal's track record of successfully developing young defenders into elite performers, something that could be attractive to Bartoszagi himself as he considers his next career step, especially in light of the intense competition for places at Milan and the financial realities facing Serie A clubs. And it is also worth noting that Arsenal are far from alone in their admiration of the teenager, with clubs such as Barcelona, Bayer Leverkusen, and Everton also monitoring his progress, underlining the widespread belief across Europe that Bartoszagi is one of the most promising defensive talents of his generation. Yet Arsenal's advantage may lie in their clear sporting project, their stability under Arteta, and the opportunity to play in the Premier League, widely regarded as the most competitive and visible league in the world, factors that could sway both player and club if negotiations were ever to progress beyond the scouting phase. Although Milan are reportedly determined to demand a significant fee, aware that Liverpool previously failed with an approach during the summer, suggesting that the Rossoneri value Bartoszagi not only as a financial asset, but as a potential cornerstone of their future defence. And this creates an intriguing dynamic where Arsenal must weigh the cost of a possible deal against their broader transfer priorities, particularly as they also seek reinforcements in attack and midfield. Yet with Bartoszagi's age, profile and potential resale value, the investment could be justified even at a premium price, especially if Arteta believes he can mould the Italian into a hybrid defender capable of fulfilling multiple roles within his system, a role that has become increasingly important as Arsenal continue to evolve tactically, pushing fullbacks into midfield, asking centre-backs to defend wide spaces, and demanding a high level of technical proficiency from every player on the pitch. And while no formal bid has yet been made, The growing volume of reports from Italy combined with Arsenal's established scouting activity suggests that this is a situation worth watching closely, particularly as the January and summer transfer windows approach. Because if Milan's hierarchy begins to seriously consider the financial implications of a sale and Arsenal decide to accelerate their interest, Davide Bartesaghi could become the next young defensive talent to make the leap from Serie A to the Premier League. Following a path that has already proven successful for several Italian-based defenders in recent years, and for Arsenal, securing a player of Bartesaghi's profile would not only strengthen their squad depth, but also reinforce their reputation as a destination for elite young talent. A club where potential is nurtured, ambition is rewarded, and the pathway to the top is clearly defined under Arteta's meticulous leadership, making this a transfer story that may yet develop into something far more concrete as the months unfold.